50 episodes in, and somehow WWE decided to celebrate us by flipping the whole board upside down.
Sami Zayn finally did it. Oba Femi went from ruler to king. Brock Lesnar showed up, got called out to his face, and now we got a Hell in a Cell match at SummerSlam.
That one, yeah, I'm excited about that one. And that is just one corner of this week. We got Night of Champions, Great American Bash, Raw setting the road to WrestleMania on fire, NXT crowning the new women's champion, and a SmackDown spoiler rundown that tells us exactly where this thing is heading.
Well, it feels like WrestleMania, but it's SummerSlam. Plus, the newswire is stacked. Cody Rhodes talking about how much longer he has left. CM Punk return date possibly spoiled. Big Bill and Enzo might be WWE bound. Bada boom. And Mick Foley teasing Darby Allin.
Oof.
And John Cena said, "Forget the haters. I'm fixing the hairline."
Yeah, he is. We got Bald Cena before we got GTA 6.
Shoot, for real, man.
But let's get it. This is
your
Wrestle Remarks.
Shit, let's do it again.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, marks of all ages, welcome back to the Wrestle Remarks. As always, I'm your host, Chris.
And I'm Pat.
And this is not just any episode. This is episode 50.
50.
50 episodes of recaps, predictions, arguments, bad fantasy booking, sometimes good fantasy booking. Pat claiming we're always right.
I mean, Brock came back, didn't he?
5 times out of 10, right?
Yeah. Oh, because we usually are.
And us just trying to make sense of the beautiful chaos that is professional wrestling every single week.
Yep. And honestly, this was perfect. This was the perfect week for episode 50 because WWE did not just give us one light.
Yeah, they didn't give us a light week at all. Not even close. We have the Newswire, a quick SmackDown run because we already covered the spoilers last week. Night of Champions recap, Great American Bash, Raw, NXT, and then close with some more SmackDown spoilers.
So if you don't want spoilers for SmackDown, we'll warn you before we get there.
Yes, we will. But first, it is time.
It's
time.
It's
Newswire time. Starting with the biggest emotional note coming out of Night of Champions, Sami Zayn is our new Undisputed WWE Champion. We called it.
We sure did. Let's go. That still sounds weird to say, though.
Yeah, it's crazy. And Sami talked about what he hopes to see when people look back on his career. He said he hopes people recognize the range, the complexity, the emotion, and the different layers of everything he's done.
Yeah, that's what makes the title win hit harder. Sami's not the guy where it's just, he won the belt finally. It's the underdog stuff, the bloodline stuff, the comedy stuff, the betrayal stuff, the heartbreaking losses. It's all of it.
Yeah, all of it rolled into one, and Sami has a wide range, man. I've enjoyed his comedy. I've enjoyed his wrestling. I've enjoyed pretty much his entire career.
Man, this is his title win gave me like Mick Foley vibes, bro, because he was the underdog. You know what I'm saying? So I'm so happy, dude. I almost cried tears.
He said winning the WWE Championship made him stop and think about the whole ride, the highs, the lows, the quality of stories and the quality of matches, as well as how unique his career really has been since. Staying with WWE, CM Punk got a return date already. It's kind of been spoiled because Punk has been away since Raw, since WrestleMania.
Yep.
But he's being advertised for the July 6th Raw at an Allstate Arena in Chicago.
I mean, of course it's Chicago.
Always Chicago.
You don't bring CM Punk back in a random hallway in Des Moines, sorry. You bring him back where the building is going to shake before the music even starts.
It will too. It always does when he's there. He always comes back there. But the question becomes, does he go after Cody? Or does he go after Sami? Does he get pulled in the whole Roman and Seth orbit? Or does WWE have something totally different planned?
Who knows? That main event scene is getting crowded anyways. Very quickly.
Very, very crowded. Speaking of the main event scene, Cody Rhodes appeared on the Ariel Helwani show and talked about how many years he has left in the ring. Cody said he does not really think about a limited schedule right now. He wants to be a part of everything WWE is doing at the moment.
Yeah, that sounds very Cody. He doesn't want to be the guy popping in a few months. You know, he wants to be like the flag bearer.
Yeah.
I mean, he's QB1.
He also admitted that 10 years from now, he probably wouldn't be wrestling bell to bell. He said if he signs another contract, maybe it would be for 5 years, and brought up his daughter as a big factor, saying, you know, by the time that comes, Liberty's already going to be 10, 11, 12, and he doesn't want to be falling like that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. That's real, and it's the kind of that's the kind of stuff that makes Cody's run feel more important. We're not at the end, but you got to see, you know, the end in some shape.
Yeah, it's starting to shape up, and it's crazy to think that it feels like he just came back.
I mean,
and now he's already talking about possibly being on the outs in another 5 years.
Who knows?
But it does give everything a different kind of weight.
Yeah, and it makes losing the title to Sami even more interesting, because now Cody has to figure out who is he without a title again.
Whoo! Another possible WWE return story. We've been talking about this one, teasing this one for a while now. Big Bill is reportedly expected back in WWE after leaving AEW, and Enzo will also be expected to return with him.
Bada boom, realest guys in the room. How you doing?
I already knew that was coming. And that one too. A couple haters. Oh man. Good stuff.
Yeah, you can't say Big Cass and Enzo and not let me get it off, bro. That was my you know.
Fair enough.
I'll even do that.
Big Bill had a strong rebuild after WWE, went through the independent scene. Impact at the time, now TNA, then AEW, and now it looks like he may be heading back home.
Yeah, say what you want. That act was over. The catchphrases, the entrance, the crowd participation, that was real.
Now the question is whether or not it still works in 2026.
I mean, the crowd remembers it'll work.
Yeah.
You remember everything. Brood had that song for like a cup of coffee, and I still...
That's my favorite. Mm-hmm.
To this day.
Drew McIntyre may also be getting closer to an in-ring return. He's been away filming Hollywood projects, including Highlander and The Last Druid, but he's advertised for upcoming tours and was seen training with Gangrel.
Perfect time to talk about the Brood, I guess.
Yeah.
That man is definitely doing side quests.
Acting, training, waiting for creative, just staying ready.
Yeah, and Drew is the kind of guy who can come back and immediately feel important. You don't need 6 weeks of remember me. He walks out, he looks mad. You know somebody's gonna get a claymore to the face.
Yeah, somebody gonna get their egg.
For real.
Next up, AJ Styles' son Avery Styles filed a trademark for his ring name after making his debut. He wrestled as Avery Styles, won his first match, and AJ was also in his corner.
Well, that's a lot of pressure, but it's all right because he's the top guy.
That is a lot of pressure for one of the biggest in the biz to be at your corner.
Yes, your dad is AJ Styles. You better at least hit one phenomenal forearm in the family account.
Which he did. Did you see the clip of sliding underneath the barricade? That was
pretty
slick.
nice.
That was
pretty
slick.
nice.
AJ even got involved during that match and helped set up the Styles Clash.
Yeah, that's the coolest and most stressful version of My Dad Came to My Game.
Yeah, for real.
For real. His father-son Styles Clash like Goku and Gohan.
Jim Ross also shared a positive health update after more than 30 days in the hospital. JR said he was heading home.
Great to hear.
Absolutely. JR has dealt with a lot over the years and still made it to Double or Nothing recently to call Jon Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly. So hearing that he is heading home is the best kind of news.
Of course, because nothing but respect to JR. That man's voice is a part of wrestling history.
That it is. Over in AEW, Forbidden Door had a lot of parts moving behind the scenes. Tony Khan had already talked about visa issues and injuries causing massive problems, but Meltzer added a little more details, saying that Tomohiro Ishii was supposed to be in that steel cage match. Gabe Kidd was supposed to be facing Shota Umino, and Callum Newman was injured, who was supposed to face Jon Moxley.
So that explains why Forbidden Door felt like it was changing while the plane was still loading.
Exactly, and the Owen Cup final, we could have been Saray and Willow Nightingale, but both of them weren't cleared, so we got what we got.
Yeah, that's a total different card.
It is. AEW also filed a trademark for that cage match called Death's Door. The new match type was seen at Forbidden Door in a circular cage. And I was wondering how they were going to do it when they said 12 men in a cage. I was like, holy crap. Like, how are you going to fit everybody? Is it going to be a regular cage? You know, but they did a round cage called Death's Door. And it was pretty interesting. A lot of stuff that happened in the match was pretty dumb, though, and in my opinion.
It sounds like something that you shouldn't agree to unless your insurance is paid up, though.
Yeah, I mean, people were out here getting hit with NESs and stuff, and clotheslined with NES controllers.
That's pretty lit. Nah, it's time to play the game for real. I would have been like that. I would have been like, yeah.
Having someone beat up the other person. Yeah, every company needs a few of those gimmick matches, though. So we saw Team Briscoe defeat Team MJF, and it looks like AEW may be trying to get Death's Door to be one of their signature gimmick matches.
I mean, better that than the Stadium Stampede, because that's wild.
Well, I'm sure that's going to stay.
Yeah. Every company needs a few. WWE has Hell in a Cell, War Games, Elimination Chamber. AEW having Death's Door could work if they don't overdo it.
Which is something you always got to worry about when it comes to these kinds of bookings and gimmick matches in general, because I've always been a big proprietor of being like, no, we don't need gimmick pay-per-views, and now we don't have them anymore.
Yeah.
It's just, I think Elimination Chamber is the only one now.
Pretty much.
But it's nice to just have them, like Brock, Hell in a Cell at SummerSlam.
That's great.
Not Hell in a Cell at Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, I don't see why you would overdo that. I would think that's something that would be after like a huge feud, like after y'all have been feuding for so long, things like that. But all that remains to be seen, because you know how they do it sometimes over there.
Yep.
Also, Mick Foley is back in the conversation after naming Darby Allin as his dream AEW opponent if he ever had one more match.
It's going to happen. And I love you, Mick, but I do not need to see that man. Don't need to see you take a crazy bump. Not one crazy bump.
That is the concern. You know, Mick had hip replacement surgery, knee replacement, concussions, all of it. He said Darby would be a dream opponent, but he also admitted that he'd need to lose more weight, and his cardio is not where it needs to be right now.
Yeah, Darby and Foley make sense spiritually, but physically, I'm nervous just thinking about it.
Yeah, because, I mean, Darby's like the skinny Mick these days.
Yeah.
So it would make total sense, but I don't want to see it. There's no reason to get back in that ring. Now, Will Ospreay had some comments about TNA, saying TNA was actually the company he loved growing up more than WWE. He said he wanted to be the X Division champion, loved AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Amazing Red, Samoa Joe, Beer Money. That whole era was just special.
It sure was. I'm about to shed a tear thinking about it. The X Division era was definitely special.
Yeah, it was. But Ospreay also said that when Hulk Hogan and the group came in, it changed everything he loved about TNA.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah.
After watching that Chris Van Fleet episode and Paul Heyman talking about that he wanted to get rid of all the old dinosaurs and keep all the new guys, but
it would have worked out.
It would have, definitely. But that takes a lot of TNA fans have had for over the years.
Yeah, everybody's had that take. Well, at least the fans of TNA.
Oh yeah.
Now Brian Cage had a busy interview with Chris Van Vliet. He talked about bringing his Body Guy Championship to AEW every week. Explained how Steven Spielberg personally wanted him for the upcoming movie Disclosure Day. And also revealed that when WWE released him back in developmental, he thought that he was getting a main roster call-up.
That's brutal.
That it is. Imagine thinking that you're going to Raw or SmackDown and they're like, actually, we've come to terms.
Good luck to you and all your future endeavors. That is the worst plot twist of all time.
Yeah, and speaking of plot twists, like I said before, we got Bald Cena before we got GTA 6. Ain't that a... Speaking of which, GTA 6 is out for pre-order. If you
already pre-ordered it?
Hey.
Soon. I still gotta get freaking Wolverine 2.
Yeah, I know, man.
Damn.
There's so many good games coming out. John Cena shaved his head for another round of hair restoration treatment. He posted that he was doing round 2 of FUE and was going all in for the best possible results.
You know what? I respect it, because if I had the money for it, I'd be looking like Chris right now, bro.
I'm just glad he came out with it instead of having it secretly done like a lot of people do. Name it. You could name celebrities, people, Big Daddy Sitch.
Yeah, his was ridiculous.
You know damn well.
I mean, I don't think anybody needs to explain themselves, but then again, too,
just admit it.
You ain't gotta lie,
yeah.
Craig. When people joked about the hairline, Cena said, "Okay, can you see this? You see me now?
Y'all can't see me from there.
Yeah.
Can you see me over?"
Picture me rolling.
And finally, in TNA news, the Knockouts TV title tournament has its first match announced. It's going to be Heather by Elegance versus Ali the Bunny, and Mara Sade versus Tasha Steelz.
Ooh.
Mike Santana's TNA status is also reportedly in doubt after losing the TNA World Championship to Nick Nemeth at Slammiversary, with more speculation riding that he's going to WWE. And also on Slammiversary, they announced that Conan has been will be inducted in the TNA Hall of Fame class of 2026.
As he should.
And also,
Grant,
just
right?
breaking recently, EY has been released from his TNA contract. So no more Eric Young, no more getting scared of Pyro. Oh man, remember him and Shark Boy?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. That's Kevin Owens with Insanity. You getting Insanity back?
I wish, dude. I loved Sanity. Excuse me.
Yeah, that was great.
I love Sanity, but they never really did anything with them that they should have.
Hopefully.
It's
yeah, I was trying to figure that out. It was weird. That hardcore ass drop deep
It was
bass.
so good. And then the laugh. Oh, it was so good.
It was good. It sure was.
But also, there was also another breaking news that a legend is in the hospital. Former Intercontinental Champion Ken Patera is recovering after reportedly suffering a serious neck injury during an accident in the gym. It's said that he sustained a fractured C1 vertebrae following a fall after a workout.
Ooh.
So thoughts, prayers, and power out to Ken Patera. Hopefully he recovers soon.
Yes. Well, there's a lot of movement going around everywhere, man.
Yep, every company is shaking something up, and that was your Newswire. Now let's get into the SmackDown quick run since we hit the spoilers last week, and we'll be hitting spoilers again this week. So if you want to hear them, stay tuned all the way until the end, because we always hit them at the end. because why would we throw spoilers
Exactly.
in during the show?
Yes, sir.
But let's get it. Now we hit SmackDown from June 26th, but we're going quick because, as I said, we hit the spoilers last week.
Yeah, and that is exactly what matters.
Yeah, we're going to hit everything that mattered this week or this past week. First thing, Trick Williams and Ricky Saints heated up the United States Championship match. Trick came out with Lil Yachty, talked about getting married, talked about Nia Champions, and Ricky Saints interrupted and ran his mouth as Ricky does.
Ricky Saints saying he's Trick's wife's favorite lover is insane work.
It was. That line definitely got a reaction. And Ricky sucker punched Yachty, attacked Trick with the microphone.
Yeah, that gave that match some heat because before that it was fun. After that, it got personal.
And it got real personal when Lil Yachty was in the back. You caught that, right?
No.
He said you can't get no man face to face, so you got to take him from the back. And Yachty stopped after he said that. And just walked away.
Hey.
It was so good.
Hey, I don't know if that's PG.
Oh, man.
Dang. Well.
Then we got Tiffany Stratton and Alexa Bliss teaming up against B-Fab and Michin, but Jade Cargill got involved and cost them the match. Chelsea Green then came out with the kendo stick to even the odds, but she lost the kendo stick.
Yeah,
Did you catch that?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Chelsea Green has the unexpected cavalry is hilarious.
Especially after that kendo stick drop. I love her timing. She just knows what to do when something messes up. Like, you saw that, like, oh crap moment and, like, scared that she was getting next to Jade and all that, but being able to come from underneath and still take them out for her friend. I don't even know if they're friends.
No, they're not friends. There are no friends in WWE, bro. Good for her, though, because she can make it work, like you said, she's a hot mess, bro.
That's a good one. Oh, man. And that led to Jade versus Chelsea later in the show, where Jade beat her and laid out Tiffany with Jaded as a preview for Night of Champions.
Yeah, Jade looked like a monster going into that match.
Solo Sikoa had a rough night. The MFTs officially walked away from him, telling him his obsession with Roman and the Bloodline was tearing everything apart.
Yeah, Solo looked like the guy who started a group chat and everybody left it. Sounds like our group chat.
Then Solo tried to convince LA Knight that they should work together because they both hate the Bloodline.
Yeah, and it's not Solo. LA Knight said respectfully, absolutely not. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, he basically said,
dummy.
I've seen this movie before. I've heard all this before, and I'm not falling for it.
Yeah, that was a good LA Knight moment. He needs help, but he refuses to sell his soul for it. And I was gonna mention to you too, what elders told them to leave the MFTs? What elders?
We need to know.
I need to know.
We need to know.
Is someone pulling the strings?
Someone is.
You let me know, WWE.
Rey Fenix retained the AAA World Cruiserweight Championship against Nathan Frazier in a phenomenal matchup. Fast pacing, big counters, and a standing ovation from the London crowd.
Seriously, that one was one of those matches where you don't need much story, just let them cook.
Yep.
Just grab the pot and stir.
Paige ended up beating JC Jane. Danhausen TV got weird with Miz and Kit, Wilson, Matt Cardona, and Los Garza. And Danhausen and Cardona ended up beating Los Garza.
Danhausen is living in his own universe, and somehow WWE is letting everyone else visit.
Julia beat Kiana James, but then Blake Monroe attacked her afterward and hit the neutralizer.
Yeah, that feud is moving.
And in the closing segment, it was all about Night of Champions. Cody, Sami, Gunther, Jey, Oba, all crossed paths. Sami apologized. Cody called him exhausting. Gunther said the title should already be his. Jey warned everybody. I was waiting for it. And Oba showed up to remind everyone who the real ruler is.
Yeah, that segment did its job. It made everything feel connected.
Now on to the Night of Champions. Night of Champions changed a lot.
A lot.
The show opened up with Oba Femi versus Jey Uso, which I was surprised to see. But if you want somebody to tune in on the free portion and possibly buy it, I understand.
Yeah, exactly.
They showed up with the King of the Ring finals. Jey fought as hard as he could, hit the super kicks, the spear, multiple Uso splashes, even locked in the rear naked choke. But Oba kept getting back up. He was running it back.
The ruler. Yeah, that dude killed it. And he started stacking nicknames like he was building a final boss resume.
Yeah, Oba puts Jey away with the fall from grace and becomes the 2026 King of the Ring. Then he cuts his whole coronation promo about going from ruler to king. He said, the ruler, the destroyer, the bringer of war, the mountain that you cannot climb, the beast slayer, the chosen one, the king of the ring, Oba.
Oba. Oh. That's how you present a monster.
Yeah, and we've been saying this since he's been in NXT. Then we had IYO SKY versus Liv Morgan in the Queen of the Ring finals. Liv worked the knee late, and for a second it looked like that might be the difference. It looked like Liv had that knee worked out pretty well.
And IYO selling made that match. You could feel the knee becoming the story.
But she survives, hits the avalanche, Spanish fly, follows up with the over the moonsault, and becomes the Queen of the Ring.
And then the line, Liv, I'll see you at SummerSlam.
Simple, direct, and perfect. That's the only way you get to that. But many knew because she got cursed.
It's her fault.
The match.
I mean, it's her fault. You don't go messing with Danhausen, who's very evil but very nice at the same time.
Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker had that steel cage match. It was just violent from the start. Chairs, trash cans, tables, kendo sticks, cage. Well, I mean, obviously, but, you know, using the cage as a weapon. Braun getting busted open, Seth going after the knee, and Braun spearing everything in sight. I'm surprised he didn't get the ref.
Hit the ref! Braun lost, but he did not feel like a loser.
Not at all. Seth had to hit the avalanche curb stomp to finally put him away. I think he even hit like 2 curb stomps before that.
Monster energy right there as well. But that tells you everything. Braun Breaker is not somebody you beat with one good move. You have to survive him.
And he barely survived.
Yeah, that whole match had like a time clock.
Yeah. Trick Williams retained the United States Championship against Ricky Saints. Ricky got Lil Yachty involved, or Lil Yachty ejected from the match, trying to do his whole Eddie Guerrero fake out. He hit the kendo stick on, or the trick stick.
Oh gosh.
He hit the trick stick on the what was it, the steps,
yes.
Right? And then he goes and falls back. Great.
Yeah, veteran hater move for sure.
Yeah, that's a good one. The Eddie Classics are always the best.
Exactly.
But Trick came back, hit the trick shot, and retained. Then Ricky tried to attack afterward, but Yachty came back and hit him with that trick stick and dropped the people's, or is it the people's elbow?
No, it's the Yachty's elbow, bro.
Gosh.
It's a little elbow. So Little Yachty hitting the people's elbow at Night of Champions was not on my bingo card.
I don't think it was on anybody.
It wasn't even on the free space, dog.
Tiffany Stratton retained the Women's United States Championship against Jade Cargill. Jade looked dominant. B-Fab and Michin got involved as they do, but Chelsea Green crawled out from under the ring to even the odds, and Charlotte Flair blasted Jade with the title behind the ref's back. Now, that title shot looked beautiful.
It was payback right there. Beautiful with 2 L's though. Beautiful.
Tiffany hits the PME and survives. Not dominates, but survives because, man, she had the odds stacked against her.
Yes, that matters. Still looks dangerous, but keeps Tiffany's title safe next to her.
And then we get the main event. Cody Rhodes versus GUNTHER versus Sami Zayn for the Undisputed WWE Championship.
And this was a big one.
A big one.
A big one.
Chaos from start to finish. GUNTHER beating people down. Cody flying around. Sami pulling the referee out. Cody pulling the referee out. Announce tables being cleared. Sami going through one. Cody getting powerbombed through the other. And GUNTHER just almost choking Cody out.
It felt like all 3 guys had a real path to winning.
And that is what made it great and suspenseful. GUNTHER looked like a destroyer. Cody looked like a champion fighting for survival. And Sami just looked desperate, emotional, and just dangerous.
And that finish.
Yep. Cody hits the crossroads, goes for another, but Sami rolls him up and wins the Undisputed WWE Championship.
And Sami Zayn finally got the big one.
And what I love is it wasn't necessarily clean in the heroic fairy tale kind of way. It was messy. It was complicated. It just fits the Sami Zayn story right now.
Yeah, exactly. This wasn't happy-go-lucky Sami Zayn gets his moment. This was Sami on the edge, Sami making questionable choices, Sami still believing he's the good guy, and somehow that made him win, and it made him more interesting.
Yeah. Night of Champions ends with Sami Zayn as WWE Champion, Oba Femi as King of the Ring, IYO SKY as Queen of the Ring, and SummerSlam suddenly looking massive.
It sure is.
It looks even more massive once we get into Raw. But before that, we gotta hit the Great American Bash. NXT gave us our little reset with the Great American Bash.
NXT had a lot going on.
Yeah, Tony D'Angelo retained the NXT Championship against Naraku in a hard-hitting opener. I didn't expect this one to be the opener, but it caught my eye. Tony came in hurt. I didn't even think of that. Pun intended now. But he fought like a man trying to prove his pain was just a detail.
Yeah, speaking of Naraku, through the LFG podium into the opening seconds set the tone.
Oh yeah, he speared the hell out of him through that thing. And Tony survives his dead to rights to retain.
Yeah, and that felt like a champion saying, I might be damaged, but I'm still dangerous.
I love that.
I'm a bad man.
That headdress kind of messed up near the end, but I love the way he committed to it. And even in NXT this week where he still had it, you can still see like little burn marks. And everything. It looked good. It didn't look like crap like a lot of them have been recently.
Exactly.
Zarya retained the NXT Women's North American Championship against Tatum Paxley in one of the hard-hitting women's matches NXT has done in a while.
Yeah, Tatum got close. She hit that beautiful cemetery drive on the floor.
I thought that was it after that.
Yeah, another one in the ring. Emotional near falls.
But Zarya survives and finishes her with an F5.
Yeah, Zarya is being presented like a killer.
And that's how it should be. And speaking of killers, this man could have been a serial killer. But Shiloh Hill beat Tristan Angels and got his Mr. NXT sash back.
Yeah, that match was NXT weird in the best way.
Lights out, tooth out, strange mask, Shiloh Hill tapping into the darker side and still coming out with a win.
He's taking credit. He's getting advice from his brother Bordalis.
That camera angle under the ring.
That was kind of weird.
Oh, it was funny though.
Sometimes wrestling is just a man fighting for his sash. Give me that back.
And we had Ren St. Clair retaining the WWE Women's Speed Championship over Ariana Grace with the final wrench.
Yes, which looked beautiful, by the way.
Yes.
Ren QCC left with gold.
I was hoping that Ariana Grace won it, but I mean, like I said, I'm a huge fan of of Ren Sinclair as well. So I was down for anybody to win that one.
Yeah.
Saquon Sugars beat Dion Lennox, but Dark State destroyed him afterwards, including a pop-up double powerbomb and Lennox attacking with a baseball bat.
Ooh. Yeah, that keeps Dark State dangerous even when they take a loss, man.
Yep. And Miles Bourne ended up retaining his North American Championship against Tavion Heights in a strong technical match. Afterwards, they shook hands, and Miles said, "This title is the most important thing he has."
Well, that's good. That's a good line for a fighting champion, friend or foe. He's holding it down, bro. But he still got something to hold on to regardless.
Yeah, I love this match. I want to say this is probably my favorite match of the night. And it's competing with that Kendal Grey and Lola Vice match.
This is my favorite match of the night. This is beautiful.
Which we're getting into now because our main event was Lola Vice versus Kendal Grey for the NXT Women's Championship.
Yes, Kendal earned her moment. She really did.
She beat Lola Vice with the Shades of Grey and became the new NXT Women's Champion.
And that is definitely a big shift for that division.
It really is. Kendal had been talked about as the future, but Great American Bash made her the now.
Let's just call it now, man. She only gonna have that champion. The way she's moving right now, I see her on the main roster in another 6 months, dude.
I give it. That
6 months is a good time.
I could see that one, but I say I give it a year.
Okay.
Let her be the champ for a while.
Longest reigning.
Maybe. I don't know who's the longest reigning right now. Is it Asuka? I would assume because she had that undefeated streak.
Probably. That's a long time then. Never mind.
And now with that, we get into Raw. Raw opened with Oba Femi's King of the Ring celebration and immediately became one of the biggest SummerSlam setups of the year.
Yeah, Oba wanted a king's reception, but he got a beast interruption instead.
I love that. Brock came out with Paul Heyman, congratulated Oba, admitted he doesn't watch the show, and then said that Heyman told him Oba had been calling him out and calling him names.
Yeah, and Brock said, "Talk, get hit."
He low blows Oba and hits the F5.
Classic Brock, hit him with a low blow, hit him with an F5.
I love how he talked about, great promo. I could never do it. That's why I have Mr. Heyman here.
Yeah, and afterwards he was all, great
so
promo.
Good.
I know, thank you.
But Oba gets back up and
Duh.
calls him exactly what he called him when Brock wasn't there.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely was the moment.
Yeah, that was the defining moment for Oba to just sit there, get back up after an F5 like nothing happened, and still call out Brock. Oba says, "You're standing in front of me now, and you're still a little bit." Then he challenges Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam.
And Brock says yes. But he said something I wasn't expecting.
No, I wasn't expecting it either.
He makes it a Hell in a Cell in Minneapolis.
Whew. Then later, Oba confirms he is putting the title shot on hold. He says the titles will always be there, but he needs to end Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, that's a bold choice.
Very
he wins
bold.
King of the Ring, earns a title shot, and says, "Nah, I'll beat the beast first."
Again. That makes Oba feel different. He's not chasing. He's hunting now.
Yeah, and Brock versus Oba inside Hell in a Cell is a definite monster movie.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, I got chills when he said that. Well, apparently Brock's never been defeated in Hell in a Cell.
Oh, really?
So that's what Michael Cole said on Monday. So that I take everything he says with a grain of salt though, because he be forgetting. But this is gonna be dope, and maybe it'd be a retirement match for sure.
They think the fans be forgetting is what it is.
Exactly.
That's just like one we're gonna come up to on Raw when we talk about Roman. We'll get to it.
Okay.
Rey Mysterio beat Ethan Page in a strong match, hitting the 619, followed by the Frog Splash.
Yeah, Rey still being Rey.
Then we got Joe Hendry having a concert with the World Tag Team, the World Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits. They were pretty off key.
Yes. Joe Hendry singing about Austin Theory, crying himself to sleep because John Cena destroyed him on the mic. That's mad disrespectful. Where's his daddy at?
Theory interrupted, announced that the Vision gets their title rematch next week. Then wrestled Joe Hendry and lost, unfortunately.
Haha. That's not a great night for Theory. And my theory is...
And on top of that, he was blown off by Paul Heyman before that.
Yeah. Oh, you're back?
I've been calling you. And Heyman's like, well, I'm here. And walked away.
Bye. He's probably done with them.
Poor Austin Theory.
Mm-hmm.
But he also dropped somebody else, which I think I have in here. So if I don't get to it, I will bring it back up. IYO SKY had her Queen of the Ring celebration, saying she'll beat Liv at SummerSlam and become women's champion again.
Yes, and the greatest women's champion of all. I'm not doing that all the time. Liv did not take that well at all.
No, she didn't. Liv blamed Danhausen's curse for her loss. And then the Judgment Day surrounded IYO. IYO fought them off for a moment, but the numbers caught up as they do, and Liv hit the Oblivion before trapping IYO in a single leg crab. She's still working on that leg.
Yes, that knee is now the story.
Exactly. IYO won Queen of the Ring, but Liv is making sure she leaves Raw damaged.
Yes, that's great heel work. She's doing great heel work.
I love what Liv is doing right now. LA Knight versus Jey Uso kept the bloodline and Solo story moving. Jimmy won after Jey got involved, but after the match, LA attacked Jimmy, Jey attacked Knight, and Solo hit Jimmy with the Samoan spike. That left Knight hitting Jey with a BFT.
And everybody hates everybody.
And LA Knight stared back at Solo.
Yeah, which tells you he still doesn't trust him, but he knows Solo might be useful.
Maybe for now, right? We also get the fallout from Night of Champions where Gunther and Nick Aldis had an altercation on the post-show. Both were sent home, and Aldis was placed on administrative leave, meaning Adam Pearce is now running Raw and SmackDown. It's about to get hectic.
And it's about to get Magnus in there.
Because, you know, we've been saying it this whole time. AP can't keep it in line. Our man Magnus, he's got it.
He's coming back. And if you don't know who Magnus is, he's Nick Aldis, bro. Come on. Greatest TNA champion of all time. Well, that was huge. Authority shakeup right there. The main event picture is unstable, dude.
It is. Jacob Fatu also made it clear that he's going to SmackDown to deal with Solo. And Jey said he's going to because Sami Zayn has the title and he wants to bring some gold to the family.
Yeah, the bloodline never sleeps. It just changes targets.
That it does. Lyra Valkyria cut a promo explaining why she snapped on Bayley. She said she carried the load, sacrificed her own success, and even though she didn't want to hurt Bayley, it felt good to close the gap like that.
Yeah, that's a good turn because she's not saying she's proud. She's saying she's understands why she did it.
Yeah, she tries to plead her case, which is great heel work already.
I love the disheveled look too. Like, I love it. It's great.
I still gotta say, I love heel Bayley. I wish we got heel Bayley.
Ding dong, hello.
The door better come back. Oh man, Raquel beat Maxine Dupree, continuing her push towards the women's Intercontinental title shot. Chad Gable and JD McDonough. He beat JD McDonough with that ankle lock, while Danhausen continued his curse war on the Judgment Day. And this is when we saw, after she got beat by Raquel, Austin Theory in the back, pretty much seemingly dropping Maxine.
Yeah. Oh well. But the Judgment Day stealing Danhausen's Knicks jersey was... I very much appreciated this, and I hope they burn it. But... you know, they haven't learned yet. They don't mess with Danhausen.
No. Those curses are undefeated, man.
Yeah, that.
Unfortunately for the Spurs. And then Raw closed with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
Yes, this segment felt big.
It did. Seth told Roman that for everything Roman has become, Seth owns him. He brought up the Shield betrayal, WrestleMania, the cash-in, ending Roman's reign, or Cody ending Roman's reign, and said that Roman has done everything except beat Seth, which was a lie.
Okay, so I did some homework. I watched a few matches, but that promo hit. But yeah, Roman last beat Seth 9 years ago on Raw. Okay, I knew that much homework, but I know it wasn't that Money in the Bank match. Because I love that match. Seth won, and then John.
I mean, it's been 9 years though, so I mean, understandable. Of course, you want to beat the guy again.
Yes, and then that I rewatched that last match too.
Which one?
The last match with him and Seth when he came out to the Shield music and the Shield gear, and I was like, he choked him out. He got disqualified. Yeah. So I did my homework. I was like, wait a minute.
Horse Doogie.
Yes.
Roman admitted Seth was right, which he wasn't. He said he doesn't want to beat him. He needs to beat him, and at SummerSlam, he accepts that challenge.
Yeah, so Roman versus Seth at SummerSlam, Brock versus Oba in the Hell in a Cell.
That's a good one.
IYO versus Liv, WWE, they're already stacking this one, dude.
Yeah, it's looking wild, and this is a 2-nighter one as well, right? So I mean, now you only have 3 matches, so I would imagine that we're gonna get 1 or 2 more for night 1.
Oh, Sami's defending that championship for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure that's happening. But with all that said, now we get into our NXT recap before we hit this spoiler. NXT opened with Kendal Grey celebrating her championship victory, and I thought this was a great way to introduce her as champion.
Yes, she felt real.
She really did. She admitted that she was more nervous talking to the crowd than wrestling in the main event. She talked about hiding behind her desk as a kid, dealing with self-doubt, not feeling like a typical champion, not wanting to dress like a Barbie, and said she may not always sound like a champion, but when the bell rings, she damn sure will wrestle like a champion.
Beautiful. That's a strong identity for her. She doesn't have to be Lola Vice. She doesn't have to be anyone. She's Kendal Grey.
Yeah. And tell that to the guy that kept on haggling her all night. You heard that, right?
No.
The whole night, when she got there and was doing this promo, they started chanting, "You deserve it." One guy was louder than everybody saying, "No, you don't." And then she was talking about being nervous, and he's like, "Yeah, because you suck."
Oh, wow.
And he was just going off. And it kind of took away from the whole promo because all the crowd was just looking towards his way and like getting after him because he was constantly,
definitely be like, hey,
constantly talking
come
crap.
get this fool.
But anyway, let's get into Ren St. Clair because she came out with a 2-layer cake to celebrate both of them, leaving Great American Bash as champions. Then Kalani Jordan interrupted, complained about Kendal how she kept getting close chances and chance after chance, but where's Kalani's chance? Tatum Paxley jumped her from behind.
Yeah, well, Tatum is not handling that loss very well.
No, she's not at all.
And I kind of like it.
I like a crazy Tatum. It's some of the best stuff. I mean, Kalani's doing some of her best work as a heel herself. I love the way she's going with this character. Now, Keanu Carver attacked El Hijo de Vikingo backstage, canceling the AAA Latin American Championship match, which I was looking forward to. That led Robert Stone to putting Keanu against EK Prosper because Prosper was supposed to be going for that title.
I do not like this dude, okay? I just want it to be known. I'm tired of him being a bully. He just looks like a big school bully.
That's
I know.
That's what it's supposed to be.
I know. But at this point, he's just wrecking people, and so there's gonna be no one left.
Yeah, someone needs to stop this guy. Vanity Project retained the NXT tag titles against El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. and Galliano after Irake's interference and a double team finish.
Yes, classic Vanity Project. Surprise, they survived by any means.
Yeah, they do. I can't help but think of Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs every time they're out there because that girl's name is Micah Lockwood.
That's hilarious.
So every time I hear Lockwood, I hear freaking Mr. T in my head. Flip Lockwood! But then Robert Stone had half of the tag division in his office demanding title shots. So next week we're getting a fatal 4-way to determine who the number one contenders are.
NXT's tag division is crowded, which is a good problem to have.
Yeah, it is. And Noam Dar and Romeo Moreno got snubbed in that one. So they were, well, Moreno was kind of upset, but Noam Dar said they needed to build their resume. So did Robert Stone. Jackson Drake then beat Mason Rook with the Vanity Project help, but Rook got some payback after wiping people out.
Yeah, Rook is one of those guys where even when he loses, he still looks like you need 3 people to handle him because he's big, he's bad, and he'll body slam your dad.
EK Prosper beat Keanu Carver. I didn't expect that, but this was because Tank Ledger threw Carver through the barricade behind the ref's back.
Yeah, with that Hong Kong t-shirt on. That was payback for Keanu attacking Hank and Tank at the Bash tailgate.
Oh, I know that was... I don't know why they included that in there. The Bash tailgate, man, that's crazy. Kendal Grey's first title defense is now already set. Next week against Natty, she talked her way into it while she was talking to Robert Stone.
Yes, and that's a good first defense. Veteran versus new champion. Ooh.
Jada Parker beat Carmen Petrovich despite Natty, Nikita Lyons, and Layla Diggs being at her side. The key moment was Layla Diggs refusing to help cheat.
Yeah, that stood out. Layla might be in the group, but she's not fully buying into this nonsense.
No, she's not, which already gives a group rift, and it just started. Then we get Tony D'Angelo cutting a strong promo about risking his health and his eye to defend the NXT Championship. He said he had to sign waivers just to compete and asked his next challenger would be willing to take the title from him.
That's champion talk.
Then Naraku attacked with the chair, hit him. Everything is evil on that.
So Tony says he's done with the Naraku. Naraku says, I want your other eye.
No, you're not done with me. We're just getting started.
With you.
It's just about to get evil.
Sure is.
And the main event, Kalani Jordan beat Tatum Paxley by targeting the ankle and finishing her with the split leg moonsault.
Yes, Tatum takes a loss, and then it gets even worse.
Yeah, because Nikki Blackheart attacks Tatum after the match and stands tall to close the show. Why did she go after Tatum?
I don't know.
What was her new name? I forget. But
Nicole Hernandez, I believe.
Okay, well,
I think so.
Nikki Blackheart.
Yes. Tatum Spiral is becoming one of the biggest stories in NXT.
It is. Does this mean Tatum might be going to the main roster, though?
Dude, it'll be crazy with Lyra, like we said so many months back.
Her and Lyra did have some good matches.
Remember, she did pull up on her when she won the championship, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, we get in to the spoilers.
Yes, sir.
All right, spoiler warning. If you do not want to know what is scheduled for Friday night SmackDown, this is the time to not skip ahead, but you can just end it right here.
And you've been warned.
SmackDown was being taped after Raw, and the lineup starts with a Sami Zayn promo. Cody and Jey are expected to interrupt, and Adam Pearce will make Cody versus Jey in the main event to determine the top contender.
I don't even want to know those spoilers at this point. Can I skip them? No, I was playing. That makes sense immediately. Sammy just won the title. Cody wants it back. Jey wants to bring gold back to the family.
And the spoiler says Cody goes over with involvement from the Bloodline and the MFTs. So who screwed them over?
Who?
Because if the MFTs are part of it, because I'm not going to get too detailed, I want to still know. I still want to see how it goes down.
Yes.
But the MFTs, they just left Solo. So are they trying to get into the bloodline? Do they accidentally mess it up? How does this go? I'm excited to see
Does he have
it.
new MFTs? So Cody is right back in that title picture, of course.
We knew this was going to happen.
Exactly.
Kathy Kelly interviews Charlotte Flair. Charlotte teams with Tiffany Stratton and Michin against and I would assume Alexa against Michin and what's her name? B-Fab, as well as Jade Cargill, who gets the win for her team.
Yeah, so Jade gets some momentum back after losing at Night of Champions.
Which is unfortunate. I was hoping she was going to win that title at Night of Champions, but I guess we're trying to make this story bigger. Rey Fénix defends the AAA Cruiserweight title again against El Hijo de Vikingo, and Rey Fénix wins.
That should be ridiculous in the best way, of course.
And that's two champions against each other, man.
Yeah.
It's nice. I like where they're going with trying to give AAA that spotlight.
Yeah.
Kathy Kelly interviews Julia, but Blake Monroe attacks her again, and Kiana James also gets attacked.
This is what she gets. Get your non-glamour face out of the glamorous face. You know what I'm saying? Blake Monroe is making a statement every time she shows up.
That's what she does. Jimmy Uso and Jacob Fatu have a backstage segment, and Royce Keys continues to be his angle with Jacob Fatu.
And that whole bloodline side story is getting more complicated.
Yeah, I'm wondering how Royce Keys mixes into all this.
Yeah.
Especially with being cool with Jacob, all that, and then you know that he's going to cross paths with the bloodline eventually.
Yeah.
Trick Williams has his segment, and Carmelo Hayes gets involved.
Now that's interesting. Trick and Mello definitely got history, and it carries weight.
It really does, and I really enjoy every one of their matches they've had together. I loved Trick Mello game. Too bad we don't get it in the main roster. I don't think we're ever gonna get it. I think it's gonna stay singles
for a while at least.
Yeah,
we'll get it one day.
I hope so. But I'm excited to see Trick and Mello go at it again.
Yes.
Danhausen has his own segment as usual with The Miz, Matt Cardona, and Kit Wilson continuing their angle with him. Plus, Danhausen versus JD McDonough gets announced for Saturday night's main event at Madison Square Garden.
The fact that Danhausen is tied to MSG is hilarious.
Oh, I know. They did that on purpose.
I've been thinking about this freaking MSG show for a while. It's gonna be so annoying. Oh, the next one.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I'm hating.
Speaking of which,
hey,
Cole,
hey.
You are on my list. This man called Victor Wembanyama entitled on Raw. I don't know if you caught it. Cole. Michael Cole.
Man, Cole, shut your... you know what?
For real, where's Bailey when you need her? Shut up, Cole.
Stupid idiot. Hey, we need a list, Chris. He's the first person on
For real. Oh, man.
Dummy.
But Damian Priest, R-Truth. Got me heated. Then we get Damian Priest, R-Truth, Fraxium, and the War Raiders involved in a backstage angle, likely continuing the tag title and AAA title tease.
Winner Takes All is still sitting there,
which is gonna be crazy if it does happen. Brie Bella faces Lainey Reed, and Lainey goes over. I like that.
Solid win for Lainey.
Yeah, because she hasn't had anything like that recently, right?
Yeah, neither should Brie Bella.
And Finn Balor has an angle with Cody Rhodes, which leads to Tama Tonga and Tala Tonga getting involved because they are not human, you know.
So even Cody's contender match is getting bloodline adjacent chaos.
Apparently that could be part of it.
Yeah.
Everybody's coming after Cody. SmackDown sounds like it's going to be all about Sami Sami's first night as champion. Cody getting back into position. Jey trying to bring the title back to the family, and Bloodline MFT pieces moving all across the board.
Which is exactly where we should be after Night of Champions, of course.
And that is a loaded episode 50. Sami Zayn finally sits on top of WWE. Cody is already chasing. Oba Femi gave up the immediate title path because he wants Brock Lesnar inside of Hell in a Cell. Roman and Seth are running back one of the most defining rivalries of this generation. IYO is Queen of the Ring, but Liv is already damaging that knee. NXT has a new women's champion in Kendal Grey, and somehow Danhausen might be the most dangerous man in the Judgment Day's orbit.
Yes, 50 episodes and wrestling is still finding new ways to be insane.
And that's why we love it.
Sure do, and that's why we keep showing up.
As always, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you think. Is Sami Zayn's title win a moment of the year? Are you excited for Roman versus Seth? Or Oba versus Brock? And would you trust Solo Sikoa?
Yes.
That was a quick one. You said yes pretty fast. I don't know about that.
You asked.
I don't know. Fair enough though. Thank you all for rocking with us through 50 episodes, whether you've been here since episode 1 or before episode 1 when we had 2 other brands.
Yes.
Or just found us. We appreciate every single one of you, and we like to hear from all of you.
Yeah, so we ain't got no Steve Weisers, but here's to 50.
Here's
to the next 50.
The next 50. For Pat, I'm Chris, and this
was your Wrestle Remarks.